What an idiot.
What a dumbass. He can't hear our dumb microphones. What a fucking... Oh, hey! Welcome to the newest episode of the DrawBomb show. Welcome to DrawBomb.
We're back.
We're back. Kyle, the microphones are always off during the theme song because I did not want my music to be talked over.
Be stained by our terrible commentary.
Absolutely, just us being like, here's that. Well, if you guys want to know what we were talking about how the theme song repeated for. It's been like the same theme song of the randomized mix for the last several. Maybe OBS changed how they randomize.
Possible it broke.
Yeah, it's very possible. We'll have to see for next time.
We get the one again, and then we know.
Yeah, we'll have to do some tests because here's the thing. Feasibly, we could play 100 episodes, and in true randomization, we could land on the same song of the list of like 7 or however many it is, each of those 100 times. Truly, we could. It's possible. It's not likely. Wow. Oh, hey, he's peeking out.
Oh my gosh.
His tummy's peeking
Life and Den
over
subscribed at tier 2 for 27 months. Wow.
Wow. The little draw dude, his tummy was peeking over. Something happened with the event box. The little dude, he like leans up on the thing.
I see what you're saying.
His little tummy was poking over. A little bit. I've scooched it down. We won't know until somebody subscribes again.
I guess somebody will just have to subscribe.
If somebody wants to subscribe, you know, they can. For us to test that graphic out again. But anyways, there was apparently a situation in like some casino somewhere. Wow. Oh, Crazy Kyle. Oh, I moved it too low. Crazy Kyle helping us test out this graphic. I moved it way too low. Clearly the middle ground.
To make sure it's like perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crazy Kyle.
Thank you, Crazy Kyle. Just scooch that up a skosh. There we go. Okay. It should be in a good spot now. Now, I think we're actually out of audience members at this point.
Yeah, who like to subscribe.
Yeah, but there you go. I think I've positioned it for the most part. Our issue is that we made it so precise.
We did.
We're just so darn. We have to be such perfectionists. Speaking of perfection, my face is half covered by my microphone. I'm barely on the screen. I'm in such a dark room. My white balance.
What are you even doing over there?
What is going on?
Are you in some kind of like depressed Edgar Allan Poe artist type state?
Man, I'm just so eccentric. You know what I mean?
You are.
Wow. Let me turn up the brightness real quick. If I turn up the brightness, does that blow out the color? It certainly does. Wow.
Whoa. You're like. Are you next to the sun?
It looks like it. Everything above 50% just is like you took a layer of white and then you started turning the opacity up from 0 a little bit. That's really what it's doing. This is fine, I guess. What happened to my what made it happen? What happened? I don't know. My camera went all wacky.
I'm realizing we gotta make sure we draw some of the paintball guy soon. Now that I'm drawing a naked man with splatters all over him and I haven't colored yet.
I was working on it. I was getting distracted though.
No, I know, but I just.
I know what you're saying though. I'm just trying to brush past it as soon as possible. You know, the less attention we bring to it, the better. Kyle says, "What are you drawing?" We're drawing a guy getting hit with paintballs. We swear. You know what? I'm just gonna start by drawing the paintball. Have you ever seen a paintball gun? Have you ever had the
yes.
pleasure of being fired on by one?
No, I haven't played paintball, although I think I'd enjoy it, but no, I've never played. No, I guess I don't know why I'm still talking. The answer is no.
The answer is no. Okay. I've never played like official paintball, but I did once go into my friend's backyard, and then he and a bunch of people shot at me with paintballs, essentially.
Oh, love those friends.
Yeah, that shit hurt. Thankfully I was wearing a mask, but it didn't stop the severe amounts of pain I received.
Did you know it was coming? Why were you wearing a mask?
I mean, I was under the assumption that we were all going to be playing paintball, and I had a gun, a paintball gun, but let me tell you, it seemed like I was on the team by myself, and it seemed like everyone was aiming at me. It was a very strange situation.
It's one of those like dinner for schmucks type situations.
I feel like it was.
Or were you brought over to be shot by paintball?
One person was my friend, and the other people was like people that friend hung out with who also liked paintball. And I do feel like it was a dinner for schmucks situation where like they just fucking like sure I had a gun and it had paintballs in it, but I may as well not have. That gun ran out in like a minute, and everyone else seemed to have way more paintballs than me.
Also, good luck shooting back when you're being hit by like 12 people all firing on you specifically.
Yeah, and also you're wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and that's it. You're not wearing like no one told you to bring like padding or anything like that. It was just a bad situation. I didn't like it. I didn't have a good time.
Kyle says, "Brandon, what are you drawing?" It's paintball.
What have we been talking about for the last 10 minutes, Kyle? It's more like 5.
Honestly, the reason I made the preface is because I knew Kyle was in the room, and he was the only one who was going to have an issue with this image before it's colored.
Yeah, Kyle's mind is one to go places when we're watching anything. His mind is, you know, you would think that my mind is the dirty one. I don't know why, but I feel like that's just the sort of aura I seem to give off, I guess. But no, Kyle is the one who we're watching anything, and he'll turn it into.
He's looking for those things.
Yeah, he's actively on the look for ways to make it dirty. And in the meantime, I'm like, man, like, who's top? Why are these people? Because we're also watching terrible movies, so we don't, you know, oftentimes a lot of our brains matter is just being consumed by what's even happening. Why is Liam Neeson robbing this bank? Why is he such a nice criminal?
He just is a nice criminal. Is that what the movie is called?
It was close. It was like called An Honest Thief, I think. It was really bad. My God. I think we talked about it when we watched it. I could swear we did, because like, yeah, I remember I went into my Liam Neeson impression, and we did a whole lot of that.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't talk about Liam Neeson without the impression.
You can't talk about any actor or person without me doing an impression, but like, you know, if it's a person who's like known, they're like, cadence has been studied by people, and everyone's got their own like impersonation of like the current president or this or that, you know. It's always gonna happen.
How annoying if be known enough that people are trying to copy your voice.
God.
What an unflattering thing to have to like exist around.
That's the thing is like we do
Christopher
that.
Walken has to cringe so goddamn hard every time he hears
Oh,
somebody
jeez.
try to do his voice.
Whoa, what are they doing? And he's actually
Wow.
he's actually at home and he's just like, oh geez, wow. They're all doing that voice I do. When I'm out in public. That fake voice I made up to mess with people when I'm out in public. Wow.
Started doing the voice because it got me work.
First I was a dancer, then I did that voice. And now people think I do that voice for real. It's a real Gilbert Gottfried situation. I assume. Here's the thing. I don't assume that Christopher Walken doesn't have a wacky doody voice in private.
Plays it up though, certainly.
I have to assume he's accentuated his mannerism, like, cause you're acting. It's not like he's faking anything. He's acting, and like. I think every actor is playing, like they say, like write what you know or do whatever, like creative, like do what you know, and that's just like taking yourself and like applying different filters to it. And how would you be if you were that person? You know, like
sure.
I think that's how people tend to like, and that's what gives you your voice to that character.
Plus, you can't try and tell me that Christopher Walken or Jeff Goldblum or whoever hasn't gone into a movie and then the director was like, okay, that was good, but can you do it more Christopher Walken-y?
Yeah.
Like, he's getting those notes probably. And he's like, all right, I know what you're asking for. So
remember in that movie where you first did it, when you started doing that thing you do, could you be more like that? Can you?
Yeah.
Can you do that box weave pigeon you hold into? Pigeon? Did I say pigeon? We've pigeonholed you. Yeah.
Pigeon you hold.
Pigeon you hold. Oh my gosh, dude! Do you see what Marine Copter is saying in the chat? Whoa.
Wait, no. Are you telling me that there might be some kind of opportunity for us?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, oh no! I click. No.
Oh, I didn't even get to read it. You must have. Your finger must have slipped. That's damn.
That's a
That was
shame.
our big break.
Truly a shame.
Now what will we do?
I'm like waving my hand in the air. I'm trying to get like my headphone. My headphone cable is the most annoying situation. It's so short.
My headphones are wireless. I
I
recommend it.
I should do that. I should just get wireless adapt. But actually, I think I need to get new headphones soon. Not right now, obviously, but they're on their way. Where it, like I've noticed a problem, and it's the kind of problem where it starts and it gets worse. You know, with headphones.
Sure.
And that's that a very specific, it seems like mid-tone frequency has been buzzing as of late. And that's bad. That's a bad thing. So I'll just be hearing, and it's like it comes and it goes, but I'll just be hearing like a video of somebody talking. They're like, yeah, hama. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of it, there's just like a little.
It must just be a phone vibrating nearby or something.
Must be, or there's like a bug trapped in my headphone, you know. And it's
Hey, you want
specifically
to hear a really weird bug that I've been experiencing in
Yes.
my home? And it seems to have stopped a little bit
cockroach.
lately compared to cockroaches. Yeah, you got it.
Nice. Wow.
I hired Kyle to come get rid of them, but I
Haven't heard back yet.
haven't heard back.
Kyle.
Any dinger.
You gave us money. You gave us money. The least you could do is clean out a cockroach from Kyle from Brandon's house. Jeez.
That's subscriber duties. It's clearly listed underneath if you scroll down.
That's the perks of subscribing to us. You don't get things. You're now obligated to do things for us.
It's not a popular model, but you guys are the ones who subscribe, so I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. You advocated for this.
No, but my speakers, and it must be something like in the wires or something, but my speakers for my computer have been picking up a Christian radio station, and it just plays very faintly. even when I don't like, it just plays if the speakers are on
Dog,
at a very low volume. It's really annoying.
I don't think you're getting a Christian radio station, dude. I think you're picking up radio frequencies from heaven, dude. Let's get Kirk Cameron on the phone about this shit.
This is a good plot for a movie. God's speaking to me through my speakers.
If we're the only people that show up to Kirk Cameron's birthday party, will he like be in our movie? Will he do that?
Maybe he'll think there's been a rapture.
Maybe.
We're the only ones who show up, or he'll be like, no one ever shows up.
No. You ever see that like
Stephen Baldwin?
Did you ever see those like photos of like the really sad Kirk? It feels mean to like make fun of him for it because
yeah.
you know, he is an awful person, but you know,
I don't feel like that bad. There's worse things that can happen to a person than no one shows up to your birthday party. But
that's true. Yeah.
No, I have not seen those, but I want to.
Oh yeah.
Google it right now.
It's like
Kirk
if you Google
Cameron
birthday party. It's like his assistant is there and nobody else. And it's pretty it's a bummer. It's a bummer. I mean, it's funny because, you know, again, he's an awful person.
Why is he still blowing out a cake? I mean, there's 6 Subway sandwiches on the table. So he couldn't have been expecting a lot of people anyways. You don't just get 6
That's
sandwiches
true.
for like a big party.
That's a fair point, yeah. Or maybe it was Jimmy John's where it's like a whole bunch of tiny sandwiches, you know?
He's blowing out a small 8 by like an 8-inch cake, like a small round cake.
Yeah.
And next to it are 3 12-inch Subway sandwiches still in the paper. They're each on a plate for some reason. And then there's 1 6-inch there too, but that's 3.5 feet of sandwich and a cake for enough cake for like 6 people. I don't know what's going on, but regardless.
That's, you know what, I should just have you describe memes to people.
Okay, that'd be great. I want the job where I describe memes to blind people so they can enjoy them.
But it's memes that you haven't seen before, so it's just like you're just finding a meme for the first. So you're like, yeah, it's a big zoomed in picture of a moth, and at the bottom it says, "Y'all got any lamps?" It's a dark picture. It's very underexposed.
Arguably, one could surmise he's asking because moths often are drawn to light. We know this. Everyone knows this. So clearly that would explain his interest in such a thing.
There's added comedy in the swear word. I think the fuck.
After the video went viral, his assistant said there were 15 to 20 people behind the camera when the photo was taken.
See, that's okay. I think that's what makes it especially funny. Is
that makes it sadder because it's like, okay, you could have just left it be, but now you had to make it sad.
You could have just said like, yeah, no one was there. It's fine. It was a small affair. You don't have to lie about it. It's like that, you know, that Nathan Fielder like post where it's him. Do you know that meme, the Nathan Fielder meme, where it's like me and my friends all laughing, like picture?
Oh yeah, and it's just him and he's holding the phone. It's
like my friends are off camera laughing too, or something like that. It's like that response gives that vibes. Like
right when you try to push back, that's when it becomes sad. No one, I mean, who cares? Like you you're allowed to have a party. Like maybe you don't want people at your birthday. Like you just want a few people or something. You're allowed to do what you want, but when you start to try to like lie, it's like, you know, but when you start to like try to build it up to try to like save face, then it becomes really sad.
Yeah, exactly. You know, paintball guns have like these little air canisters on them.
That's true. Forgot about that.
Where are they on the gun?
I think they stick out of the bottom.
Oh, you know what? Some of these I'm looking and it's like a little tiny thing at the like underneath the handle. It looks like it looks way less substantial. I guess
no, I think you're just googling guns.
Oh wow! You know what? Yeah, this is.
You're looking at gun.
Oh, these aren't paintballs.
Why are they all using red paintball?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. I gotta think about that for a moment. Anyways. That's that's a trope that I've seen in a lot of sketches that I think is, I saw it in one recently and I thought they played it off really nicely, but it was like it's like in sketches where like the character who's clearly the goof like is traumatized, and then like sort of not like it's not like funny that they're traumatized, but then they're just like, wow, that was traumatizing. Well, I'm just gonna have to get over that one and continue doing my goofy antics. You know, I've seen that. I feel like if I looked back a few sketches, I could find an example of that happening in a YouTube video recently. But it's a funny trope, I think.
Yeah.
Usually those sketches of the guy who like the sketches that aren't even like making like facade about it, you know, and they're just like, yeah, this guy is an idiot and he's gonna just be a goofy asshole, and that's it. I can get with that, like if it's done well, you know. Yeah, that's funny. What are some tropes that you enjoy?
That's such a broad question.
I know.
I don't know how to answer that. I do
tropes
like
in comedy.
It's right. Sure. Boy, you know, like piggybacking off what you were saying, I do like, and maybe it's what? No, is that not a good enough answer? What else?
No, I was excited. I was like, okay. You know,
if maybe it's starting to be a little played out, but I do like that they're doing stuff like that where it's like the joke is kind of meta, but it's about like the way that comedy sketches have been written, so that like what you were saying, the character's just like,
wow,
this is what I'm supposed to do. So
yeah, okay, yeah, that is.
There's some more of that.
I do enjoy that. Yeah. I enjoy that we're starting to break down those walls of like, you know, we have to do these things obviously because we have to, like we're following a formula, but now what's the window dressing on it that, you know, acts like we're obviously not doing the formula you've seen. Like I like that now we've all seen the formula so many times, you can't even all the window dressing has been done. So it's like you just have to kind of call out the fact that you're following a formula, you know?
Yeah, and even making fun of the formula itself has been done a lot now too. So usually there's some twist in there.
Yeah.
That you don't see coming.
It's it's once people get sick of the formula is when you start to sort of see that innovation. So I'm hoping that, you know, it'll lead to some more. Hopefully it doesn't just become like a weird Ouroboros where it's just like the head is the commentary and then the tail is the meta commentary, and then the snake is just like, or reverse that, the meta commentary is the snake head and then the commentary is the tail, and then it just becomes like a constant arms race of like the meta commentary on the commentary. Like that one episode of Rick and Morty about the fucking Ocean's 11 movies.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I think you probably feel the same, but I mean, it's a lot of times it's your bit on the show too, but I often am entertained by when somebody just keeps beating a dead horse.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In some way over and over, like even to the point where it's like, okay, stop, and then you do it again. Looks like our video's down, by the way. But
oh no. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot I have to keep this. When I was Googling paintball guns, I forgot I have to keep the Discord window open, or Windows is like, oh, you don't gotta see that shit anymore, bruh.
If he's not looking at it, I'm not gonna make you look at it.
Yeah, maybe I can fix that. There's gotta be a way. Anyways. I think there's definitely value in that. But then there's like a lot of movies that think they're smart, but just like there's like the people who once they discover breaking the fourth wall and like meta commentary. They think like they're smart and they're like, oh, look at this new thing I've
That's annoying.
And then like they think like they're being clever, and it's just like, no, dude, like we're already 4 layers deep of meta commentary. You gotta catch up with us in order to be on this same wavelength. But
it gets old.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's funny, but you gotta know when to do it, and some people make that their whole thing and think it's old too.
I'm hoping that it eventually leads to we just find a new formula. You know, somebody.
Sure. Yeah.
Breaks through and is like, oh hey, you know, we can do this instead.
I don't know how anybody would write like a new, like, I don't know how you'd even do a completely new way of writing, because it's all been done. The only way you could do it is if like comedy itself changed or whatever itself changed. Like, I think we'll only get to new like styles of writing once we're like completely different as people, right? Like,
I don't know. I feel like we always
do it? It's been done.
I know. But I feel like we always think that it's always been, everything has been done, and then something comes out, and then everyone's like, oh, maybe not.
Original.
So you know, I never like. While I think that whatever is new, it ends up being sort of an extrapolation of something old, you know, because like I think at the very least the basic building blocks of creative sort of endeavors and things like that, those have been thoroughly, I think, explored, you know. But I think whatever ends up being like the next new thing could, you know, you think that there's nothing left to, like, there's no more stones to turn over, and then somebody like invents dubstep, or you know, or which
somebody
happened.
already invented dubstep, dude.
Yeah, but they invented dubstep like 10 years ago, and like that's like a whole new, and that's still like sort of having this sort of what's the word I'm looking for, this cascade effect where new sort of like sounds kind of spawning off of dubstep are being explored and things like that. So
yeah, that's true. I was doing a joke about dubstep being
yeah,
we were actually making, but regardless.
But yeah, it was a good argument.
That is a good point.
Yeah, no, but I think what you were making is like, I mean, yeah, but then dubstep is discovered, so then what? And it always feels like, you know, we've hit the wall, but somebody, and it's usually like, it almost always comes from, I think, voices that sort of don't generally get a lot of exposure maybe in the mainstream, because in the mainstream it's a lot about chasing trends and not so much finding the new ones.
Sure.
But yeah, I think that we'll I'm not sure if we'll ever find a way to completely rewrite the formula for comedy, or like a script, because like I said, the building blocks I feel have been pretty thoroughly extrapolated on. But you never know. I'm always excited to see what people come up with.
Same, dude.
I am taking forever to draw this hand holding this gun like this. Holy crap.
You are.
I'm such a slow drawer.
Sometimes, but then sometimes not.
It's true. On this show, I feel like I'm a slow drawer, but that's because I'm usually like talking a bunch of bullshit like I just did.
Yeah, you have a hard time drawing and talking, which is, we've mentioned this many times, which is funny because that's the whole show.
Yeah, it's drawing and talking.
So we haven't been here for nearly a month.
No, this is true.
How have you been? What have you been up to? Anything new?
I gotta tell you that canoe trip around the southern hemisphere, which is why we've been gone these last 3 weeks.
Oh, you finally went on it. Yeah, I know. We finally went.
Yep, it was so wacky and wild, man. Like I was in a boat with a tiger for a couple weeks. That shit was wild.
Yeah. But you made it. You went around. You
No,
made it all around. No.
I stopped after about 3 days, and then I was just lost, with no water or food for the rest of the time period. And then I got back to my computer about 5 minutes before we came to air.
Right.
And then I fixed my internet because it was acting pretty bad, and now I'm here. How about you? What did you do?
I was dressed as a tiger for the last month.
Oh,
I took
shit.
a boat ride, but it was hard because I had to really stay in character.
Man, you did not drop for a moment. Although you know what? I thought when I saw you cleaning yourself, I thought I did see your real balls.
Yeah, yeah, that
Those are not tiger testicles.
Malfunction.
I was like, those are not tiger testicles that he's cleaning with his tongue.
I've seen a lot of
right
tiger
there.
testicles, and that is not them.
He is not tongue cleaning tiger testicles.
I forgot my my ticket,
Your
so I just
prosthetics.
pulled the old fake tiger technique to get a ride.
Man.
It doesn't usually work because I've tried it a few times. Like I was trying to get on a train and I didn't have a ticket, so I dressed as a tiger, and they wanted me even less after that.
Oh,
no, yeah. they panicked. It's a really convincing costume, except for the genitals.
Yeah,
apparently.
You got to work on the balls for that thing, man. Like,
yeah,
I could tell right away. I was looking at human balls.
I just thought it would be good for ventilation. It's hot inside the tiger costume.
Well, maybe you shouldn't clean yourself with your tongue in that area the next time.
Yeah, I just when I commit to something,
I guess you do.
Character.
You're right. You really got in the mindset of that tiger, especially when you ate that guy. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean,
couldn't believe that.
He had it coming.
He did. He was a jerk. He was a prick.
But for real,
we don't owe them an explanation. Actually, I mean, you don't have to.
That could be the real.
We could legitimately leave it at that.
We could, but I'm always looking for something to talk about.
Yeah,
because I don't have a.
Because otherwise, we just sit here in silence and draw.
Right. Two of the weeks, I was in Florida visiting family and enjoying the weather, and that was nice because cold where I'm at, but it was very nice there. So I was a Florida man for 2 weeks. Not the Florida man, but Florida man. Didn't wrestle any gators, but I saw a lot of them. They wanted me to wrestle them. You can see it in their eyes.
Oh man, how often? How gator per day? What would you say your rate was?
Probably 100%.
100.
They're common.
One gator per day.
More than one per day. Some days there were only one, but
2 gators
common.
Per day.
I would say that's probably closer. Once you average it out, because there's some days where I only saw 1 gator, so the average probably bring it. There was days where I saw many more than 2. So
1.78 gators per day.
There you go. That's the exact math there. That's the amount of gators that I saw at Gator Watch 2023.
Okay, that's interesting. That's more gators than they're so big though. Like
some of them are small, but some of them are big.
Like you can't just let a dog walk around in Florida. You gotta have a dog on a leash.
Well, I mean you can, but it won't do it for long.
Yeah.
They don't have many stray dogs there.
I bet
because they have a better infrastructure for collecting stray dogs, but because they get ate, probably.
I'm sure. Well then. That makes me want to go to Florida a little less. Just because I can be a careless type and like sit on a bench for a little bit and then next thing I know,
you look over to your left and the guy who's been sitting next to you the whole time was a gator.
He was a gator the whole time, bro.
And he's like, "Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I'm gonna eat your arm over there that you've been reading that book with."
hey, what is that? That looks good. And you're like, oh, it's I'm reading Little Women. And he's like, no, I meant your arm.
Oh well, it's my arm.
Nom.
Nom. So
They
yeah,
are dinosaurs though. They're straight
Yeah,
up
they are.
dinosaurs.
They're dinosaurs that got small to survive the ice age.
They're not that small though.
No, they got big again.
I'm sure they were.
I'm pretty sure that's how science works.
They resized. I'm sure they were bigger at one point than they are now.
I think how it worked everything was big, and then the ice age happened, and then everything had to get small, and then regular life happened, and then for the most part they got big, but also a lot of them just stayed small just because they're like, fuck it, dude. Getting big was a lot of work.
So that took it out of me.
Dude, that took so much work getting huge, like, dude. Too many reps, bro.
Have you ever seen any of those like scientific like illustrations of like the rainforest from like prehistoric times, and there's just like a centipede like the size of like a car. It's just like, what the fuck? I hope this isn't true.
I'm so glad I missed that era.
Era. It's a bad one.
It's a bad one.
That I would not want to be there.
Real.
Granted, I'm not sure people were around for any of that to begin with, but
it's true.
It seems terrible.
It's a real scabret. Yeah, no thank you. I mean, like, chicken nuggets didn't exist back then. Like, what the fuck would I do?
I mean, dinosaurs are just like big chickens.
Well, yeah, but like we didn't have them in nugget form yet.
What? You mean cavemen weren't processing them down to a paste?
A pink slop, yeah. They hadn't quite figured that out yet.
What the hell are these cavemen doing?
That fucking drawing on cave walls, man.
Cavemen just don't want to work anymore these days.
Lazy cavemen. Don't even want to be in their own TV show based on their commercials.
Unbelievable.
Fucking Christ. Freeloading cavemen. Gosh.
Would you play paintball?
I would play it again if I was properly equipped and it was like an actual team setup, like, because then it'd just be like kind of real life Counter-Strike, you know?
Yeah.
Without the buy round.
As a kid, I was like, no, I don't want it. I've seen the welts and shit. Like, no, I don't want to do that. And now as an adult, I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds fun. But it's weird because almost everything else in my life, if it involves any sort of like pain or discomfort, now as an older person, I'm like,
yeah,
no way. But as a kid, I'd do anything. So I don't know why that one's flipped opposite compared to everything else.
Well, it's because that's the one where you can have like protective gear. Like, for instance, if you were to like go skateboarding, like you can wear a whole bunch of protective gear, but you still might bend your leg the wrong way. But if you do paintball, like outside of like a freak accident, like you fall into a tiger pit or something like that, if you wear the proper gear, with a bunch of real tigers in it, not like those spike pits. But if you fall into like if you do paintball and if you properly equip yourself, like you will avoid serious harm. You'll get hurt in the thigh, and you'll be like, "Ooh, my thigh! Look how purple it got." But you know, for the most part,
maybe that's it.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just like scared of real injury, but I'm okay with some minor injury.
Like, would you skateboard on a fucking half pipe?
Hell no.
Yeah, because you could you could land on your neck.
You think I have health insurance that would support some risky maneuver like that?
You just have to like have enough money to buy a mask, like ear protection, fucking the suits.
Maybe that's why I want to do it now, and I didn't as a kid. Is I'm like, okay, I have no more I don't do anything thrilling anymore because I can't afford health insurance that would protect me.
No, what it was.
So now I'm craving something like that, and I want to do the ones where it's low risk.
No, I think what it is.
Like as a kid, like if somebody was like, let's go snowboarding or something, I'd be like, yes, let's go. And I don't know how to snowboard, so I'd fall down a mountain all weekend and I'd be like, that was fun. Let's do that again sometime. But now I'm like, no, I'll break a leg and that'll suck.
But back then you didn't want to do paintball as a kid.
That's what I'm saying. That's why is that one different? Because I didn't.
It's because as a kid, if you saw the extra good mask and you felt like that would protect your eyes a little better, you would say to your parents, like, I want that one. And they'd be like, we don't have that much money for that. We gotta go with that one right over there. That one's $800. That one's $1,600, the one you want. This one's $800. It's probably just as good. As an adult, you can look at the $1,600 mask and be like, yeah, that's the one I want and I'm buying it. Like, you are in control of the wallet ultimately now.
That's true. That is also a thing. I would buy the good stuff. Real quick, Zone Dog has just outed himself as the friend that was at. Was he the one friend that was at the place when you got?
Oh, you know what? No, there were two friends then that were at. No, there was one friend at the thing, and Austin's not one of them. No, it was two friends. It was Austin, and it was the person who was into paintball. And to be fair, Austin didn't shoot at me. Austin did not shoot me. But there was nothing either that Austin could do to make the other 8 people stop shooting me. Is the thing. Like, Austin, I do not put any blame on Austin for this.
Out of curiosity, how did you react to the being ganged up on? Were you a good sport, or were you like, screw you guys, I'm going home?
I
it's alright if it was the
my
ladder.
ride wasn't there.
Were you pissed? Were you mad at everybody?
I was pretty mad. Yeah, I was not happy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I was just curious. Curious how the vibe of the situation, how it went down.
It hurt a lot. It was very.
I
painful.
imagine so.
I forgot.
Some dog says he was literally hurt.
He was literally hurt. I hurt so much. They hit me with all the paintballs.
Okay, actually, it's coming back to me a little bit why I said no as a kid.
Okay.
I remember my brother and a couple of his friends were shooting each other with paintballs. They were just like goofing around in the backyard. They had the helmets and stuff and sweatpants, but my one buddy somehow, like, somebody threaded a needle and it flew and hit him right in the ear, like in the inside of the ear.
Yeah.
And it like almost pierced through like the back of like your ear, like the big part on the inside. It almost went through.
And now you can buy the fancy headphones.
I witnessed it as a kid, and I was just like, nope, not gonna do that. I'm gonna pass on that.
Imagine any other situation where you can have fun bruising your friends repeatedly. Yeah, it sounds great. Like, I would do it now with a group of friends. Like I said, it would be like playing IRL Counter-Strike, and that sounds great to me. Like, that sounds like great. Fun. Except here's the thing.
Also, I feel
IRL Counter-Strike doesn't have a spot where if you stand on that crate and then throw your grenade full force straight up into the air, it won't land on that walkway and block the sniper shots, you know? You can actually just play it like normal people. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I also would trust my friends more now to play with them.
Oh yeah, I definitely know who I would trust to not shoot me.
Kids, you kind of always just like had a friend or two around who's just like a dick.
Yeah.
Maybe you were them, who knows? Regardless, each friend group had that, and you just never really could trust them, but you also, like, nobody had money or vehicles, so you're just like, well, I guess you're the person I hang out with.
That's the friend.
You're one of the few people in my circle.
We needed one to round out the group, and you were there.
Couldn't have an Kevin's very superstitious. We couldn't have an uneven number of friends, so...
This was often the friend who would, like, when the countdown was happening before the Halo match started, they would hit the cancel button so that you know, it'd be like, you ever have that friend who, like...
Yes, they just like they can't read when that would be funny and when it's definitely not funny.
Or they didn't care.
And they also or they didn't care. Or also you being mad is what was the entertainment for them.
Yeah. They were learning to troll before the internet had given us a word for it.
they couldn't take out that aggression on strangers like
Yeah.
the trolls are supposed to.
If anything, they had more courage than internet trolls because they looked you in the fucking face when they hit that cancel button.
Good.
They were like, yeah, we're not playing this Halo match until I decide to stop being a nuisance.
It's a god complex.
It really is.
I will decide when we play.
Those are the people who run for like governor.
And get it.
Yeah. What are we saying? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Good gosh. So we've gone over where we've been now.
Yes.
Have we gone over like what we've played or watched or done? No.
No. No.
No.
Zone Dog says you were 100% the Halo guy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I did the Halo. Yeah, that was me. I was that guy. I was the monster. To be fair though, it wasn't always me. I feel like Kyle also did that sometimes. But it was definitely me. It was me. It's the opposite of the Shaggy defense.
It was me.
It was me.
It's a good thing Shaggy didn't go, do it that way, because that would have been the end of the song.
Yeah. Shorty caught me and buck naked, standing on the back room floor. It was me. Oh.
Well, I guess we don't have to go any deeper into it then.
Yeah. That's the end of it. It's a great song.
It is.
Yeah. Austin says he definitely did it. So at least we're all culpable, okay? It's not so much. It's not so much a matter of that one friend who did it. Every friend did it. It's more that the creators of Halo were guilty for giving us that power in the first place.
Right. They should have known better.
Yeah.
Make a vote go down or something.
Once the timer starts, it's started, you know?
That would be the case in a just world, but unfortunately, not the case.
Well, I think they stopped.
Ian, what have you been playing? Oh, sorry. I mean,
Oh, I think they took that button out of later Halo games. I don't remember that being an issue past Halo 1.
Well, good riddance.
Yeah. What have I been playing, Brandon, you ask?
I do.
I decided to play a very uncontroversial game, and I decided to play High on Life.
Oh yeah. I don't think the game itself is controversial.
No, it's not. It's got some controversial people. It's two of them in there, I guess, that I've counted so far. But anyways, Thomas Middleditch was.
Oh, I didn't know he had any voices.
Yeah, he does one character. But I like it. I'm enjoying it. I finally got all of the powers, so that's cool.
Nice.
Which is all the guns, and I realized there's gonna be 4 guns. I realized there's that main shop where you buy stuff, and I saw that there were 4 shelves of different colors with different weapon things on them, and I had 2 of the shelves. I had 2 of the guns at that point, and I was like, oh, there's 4 guns total.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go. And now that I've gotten the 4th gun, the only thing I'm missing is I guess there's a wall run, and I just killed a boss this morning, so I just have to I'm assuming the wall run is what I'm gonna get next. And
I don't remember the order in which you get stuff, but yeah, that sounds about right.
And then I should be able to explore.
I enjoyed it. I beat it.
Yeah,
I didn't do full completionist on it, but I beat the story and there's a little, you get those crystals that let you unlock.
Yeah,
some
the warp
extra
crystals.
Warp spaces. I did those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
those
there
are
was
fun.
a Thomas Middleditch character at one of those. I remember.
Yeah. He was the guy who was really into doing the one animal drug.
The drug.
Yeah.
I
I like it too.
I like the Red Letter Media one. Have you
I
unlocked
still
that
need
one?
I still need to sit through the whole movie. But
I should. I haven't. I thought
Let's-
about it and then.
let's just fucking do it as a group sometime. Let's have them doing
Yeah.
commentary.
Yeah, stream
over
it.
Yeah. I will say, okay, so it's interesting. For a game that's like, everyone who played it kind of got into it knowing that I think we all knew that the main entertainment value we would get from the game would be listening to characters say funny things, right? Like that's like, and the humor and the overall like funny vibe, right?
Yep.
So when I buy a game where that's like the main value I'm going to be getting from it, I don't worry so much about what the gameplay is going to be like. Like I would ideally like it to be good and not frustrating. But if it's like a comedy game, then the main thing that is really going to like alter my score is the comedy writing, you know? Or like how funny it is. And the gameplay can get a little bit of a pass. So for High on Life, as I've gotten further, I've actually found the gameplay to be a lot better than I expected for a game with a focus on comedy. And I've also thought at points like, damn guys, like there's so much talking in the game that I've actually gotten to the point where I'm the kind of person who like I will play through a section again if like having a different character out means I hear different dialogue. You know what I mean? Because I'm
You
just
can't
like,
do that for this game.
you can't. There's too much going on, and like I'm at the point where like I was in this level where this one guy was like talking. They always do this bit throughout the game where it's one guy just rambling for like 5 fucking minutes before you like.
That's kind of the main thing.
Yeah, and so it's never like multiple people rambling either. It is sometimes, but it's like no one's ever going like, all right, hold still for like 5 minutes, and the other guys are going like, hey, wait, watch out. It's always just like snippets of like, hey, fuck you. But if it's like multiple people talking, but anyways, so this guy was rambling for like 5 minutes, and he went on for so long, where like I didn't want to cut him off because I wanted to see like if he was gonna keep talking, but I also like got out my phone and I just started to like read the news because I was just like, she's still going, and it was like he was just saying,
stop trying to hear it all. I think.
I think so but like I also, if you ever want to like kill that part of yourself that has to like hear everything, has to sit around for all the dialogue, that game is like my like therapy to try and break myself out of that. There was like the most recent thing that happened in the game before I like quit for the day to like actually get any fucking work done was I had to like sit through an argument between the guy who gives you your bounty hunter suit and your sister, and like I just didn't give a fuck, man. It wasn't even funny. It was just like I was just listening to two people argue, and I was like annoyed because like I couldn't move. I was locked in place. And
That's fair.
I was
this
like,
game reaches that point a lot where it's just like too much. It actually, like the second patch that came out, like the first week it was out, they added a like shut up mode where it makes all the characters talk less.
Amazing.
Because people were just like, this is annoying the fuck out of me. Like I was all right. There's only some times where I was like, all right, this is too much, but I get it.
Yeah. Characters talking haven't been too much of an issue for me, except for power sliding. I like to power slide in that game because you go a lot faster and it's like fast. It's like super sprinting. But the guns, no matter who you have out, will almost, well, I would say about 30% of the time when you power slide, go, woohoo, yeah, power slide.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
I did find there were certain guns I used less, even if they were better guns, just because I didn't want to hear them talk anymore.
I feel that, which I like all of the guns. I actually don't mind.
No, I liked them too.
Yeah,
but I just, there was a couple voices that were a little more grating to me, and I won't say who, but
was it the Crystal Lady? Did you not like Crystal Lady?
It was Crystal Lady.
Yeah, I like her voice. I think
it's starting to annoy me.
I think I know who that voice actress is. I've seen her in things, and I think she's generally pretty funny. So I think my tolerance for her is a little.
She's on Comedy Bang Bang a lot, and I like her on there. But I just wasn't
a fan. She didn't have like a very good bit. I would say.
Yeah, I think that might be more the problem is the material.
Yeah, I think she was just kind of.
I listened to Tim Robinson or JB Smoove more just because I love them both.
That's who Creature is. Oh my god. Okay. The gun who shoots out the little. I was trying to like. I was like, who is that voice? I love this voice. Who is this voice? I do love the JB Smoove. I love the JB Smoove character's design a lot. Like, I think it's just a really funny. It's a fun looking, like, toad looking thing. I think it's just very pleasant to have, like, walking around talking at me. The Tim Robinson gun, which that's great. His fucking gun is so funny because of, like, his shtick.
It's, like, super insecure.
He's super insecure, but he's also, like, because he shoots out, like, his kids and stuff. So he's just, like, at one point I'm, like, fighting a bunch of enemies, and he just goes, I blow up, like, a bunch of dudes, and he's just like, wow, it sure is great shitting my children out to kill people. It's
a wild game.
It's a very wild game, and I really enjoyed that they've leaned so much into it, like the wildness of it. I also enjoy that the guns are all so different. Like, there's 4 guns, but each one. The only thing is, I would say that the fucking second gun, the JB Smoove gun, does suck. It's just a bad gun. It just. You have to be like up close to hit something with it, and at that point you might as well just knife him. And his saw blade thing is good. You can really get some damage in with the saw blade, but then, you know, his main attack is kind of pointless. But I do like how every gun plays so differently, and it's not like every gun is like a straightforward gun either. There's like the main character who's the pistol. And then I guess, but like, you know, everything else is kind of like, sure, it's an automatic pistol, but it's got like this and that. They don't all play very conventionally, which I appreciate because it kind of, you know, helps continue that sort of otherworldly vibe. Overall, I'm very impressed with the gameplay for a game that's like mostly about the comedy.
Yeah, I was very impressed too. I was expecting, like, you know, I played like Drover Saves the Universe back in the day or whatever that came out, and it wasn't like, it was the same thing, like you're playing it just for like funny dialogue, but the gameplay wasn't really much to write home about.
And that's sort of what I expected. So I was expecting that.
Yeah.
So
this game kind of feels like a 3D like Metroidvania.
Yeah, it's very Metroidvania, which I think for this type of game is smart. It's cool. This is like also, surprisingly enough, a new approach to the first-person shooter genre, I feel like. Because it's more Metroidvania. Like, I guess there's Metroid Prime. So there you go. But you don't see, I think, a lot of strictly Metroidvania type shooters, I think, outside of Metroid Prime. And I would like to see more, especially if they give you fun places to explore and fun, because like the traversal in High on Life is actually a lot of fun. Like, I'm jetpacking around, I'm zip zap zooping, I'm zip lining. It's actually a lot of fun. I have a really good time moving around in that game. And again,
the maps are pretty interesting.
Maps are interesting.
It's fun.
The visuals are very nice. Like, the lighting is all like very pretty. Like, it's making use of all of the latest tech to be a very pretty game.
Zone Dog says, "Who is it? Who is what?" I'm not sure. That might have been an old comment. Or
probably like the gun that
voices.
Probably the gun that you didn't like or whatever.
Oh, that I didn't like. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just impressed with the game gameplay wise. And then as for like all of the voices and the talking, I'm like, you know what? It's funny. I don't mind it. I would be happy with less.
Sure.
Like, maybe not as many like things of people talking for just like 6 minutes straight, like just going like, oh boy, I sure don't want this. Maybe I do want this. Maybe, oh boy, you know, let me weigh a pros and cons list here. I'm gonna write a real list down. Here we go. You know, and then doing that for like 10 minutes. Like, I don't need that. Maybe if It was, and you know what? That's honestly also fine because it's optional. But don't make me sit and listen to my fucking sister have an argument about her
Right.
alien boyfriend or whatever. That was so fucking. I just like could not care. I tried so hard. I actually didn't try hard at all to be invested because that's not my job. It's their job to make me invested in it, and I was not.
That's fair.
And so I was just like, and I couldn't move. Like I couldn't just walk away.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're allowed to walk away, but don't hold me hostage. Don't be so full of yourself that you think this stuff is so well written that it needs to be heard, because it's like mostly improv.
Yeah, and it's even more egregious because it's like that was like the third time the game's made me do that, where it's like it's the sister character and the guy who sits on your couch character, and they're just fucking arguing with each other, and it's just like, I've done this like 3 times, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why is this in the game? The funnest part of the game is actually the game for once. It's not just the dialogue. Right. Like the game designers actually did good. So overall I'd say it's a positive experience.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. Did you beat it?
I beat it.
I'm close. Okay. I want to say 3 more bosses.
There's some pretty fun set pieces in it too that I enjoyed quite a bit.
Yeah. I was talking with Zone Dog about this, and this I think you may agree. I thought the Blim City area that you like kind of start in was really cool. But then it was kind of a bummer when like the first non-tutorial place you go to is like a jungle. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh cool, Alien City. This is so fun. Like Blim City looks so cool, and it's got a fun design, and there's all these like signs that are like faces. Everything. And this is fun.
Yeah, you want to look at everything.
You want to look at everything, and like, but you're also like, it's a tutorial area, so you're just kind of like really railroaded, so it's like there's not actually a lot to explore, but visually it's very intriguing, and you're like, oh, maybe there's more of this to see. And then you step in like the portal to like the first place that's not a tutorial area, because like even the slums is a tutorial area.
Yeah.
But then you finally go, so you're kind of railroaded through that. Then you step through a portal to the first area where you're like, you know, this isn't a tutorial. I get to like actually play the game now. This is the real for real deal game, and it's, you know, you just go to like a jungle, and it's like,
and all of it looks the same.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's
with
like
the same enemies. So you're just like, oh.
Yeah. I would have liked more Blim City. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But you know, again, I really like the game. I like a lot of what they do in the game. Like for instance, I think it's really cool how the yellow goop armor makes all of the dudes look a lot stockier than they are, and then once you like they lose all the goop armor, they all look very skinny and sort of like wait. I think that's a nice touch.
Joel Haver sells bootleg goop in the game.
Yes, I bought Alien Cum recently. There's a lot to like. No, I'm I
you can actually just buy that.
Yeah, there's like a character who in Blim City is just like, hey, check it out. You bought goop from my brother. He's the guy's brother. He's like, check it out. I'm selling Alien Cum. Here you go. And I bought it, and it was free. And he just gives you a gallon of Alien Cum, and I haven't done anything with it yet. It's just in my inventory.
There's a lot of stuff that you can get for your inventory that's useless, but it's just like the joke is that it exists.
Like I have a volleyball, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ever gonna use this.
Funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I like it. I like the game. I assumed I'm gonna get a power where I can grow. Oh no, I'm gonna shoot. No, I just figured out how I'm gonna get that one chest in Blim City now. Yeah, I just need to get the wall run, and then I feel like I have
Funny that you just figured it out in this moment.
Yeah. Because my thinking was, like, how do I get through this pipe? Do I need to, like, Samus ball through it or something like that? But then I thought, oh, wait, I can just shoot one of Creature's little kids in it. Yep. So, yeah, I like it. It's good. I don't think I'm going to experience half of the like voicing that they put into it.
I don't think it's possible unless you played it like 4 times.
Yeah. I appreciate all the work they did. And I think honestly one of the game's biggest positives is that it looks so good. Like it really like the teddy bear characters that you see, like there's not a lot of times where I feel like teddy bear characters look appropriately fuzzy and like whatever, and like I feel like the technology has gotten to a point where like the teddy bear characters, like the fur looks good.
Yeah.
They look appropriately like frail. Yeah. Xenu says that's a lot of balls. That is a lot of balls. That dude got shot.
Yeah, it's a lot of balls.
And Jastremski, wait, actually, M. Jastrembowski, because I forgot you remember her name.
I forgot you did that too. I actually, when I just read it as her actual name. I didn't realize it was spelled wrong, so if that tells you anything.
I've never played paintball, but this is what I imagine my fate would be. This was my fate in paintball. Yeah. We went over my trauma. It was it's pretty rough.
Zone Dog was a collaborator, apparently.
Yes.
He claims he didn't shoot, but I don't know. It's like a classic Greedo and Han situation here.
It's like I was the sheriff and everyone was Bob Marley.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
I had to think about it for a second.
From his song Bohemian Rhapsody.
Did he get framed for shooting the deputy? Why does he include that detail?
I'm sure the song has some deep political meaning to it.
The only words, oh yeah, I'm sure.
Very insightful and like potent and like powerful. But fuck, man, I'm bad at that shit.
Yeah, I only know the like chorus, honestly.
I did learn that in the song Bad Boys, Bad Boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
When they come for you. That's just the title of the whole song.
That is the full song title. And that's also the name of the band that made it. In the song.
I thought it was by the band Cops.
That's right. In that song, there's a point, and you can hear it if you watch the show Cops, where they go, "What you gonna do when DrawBomb brings you down?" And for the longest time, I was like, "Who is DrawBomb?" And what I found out was it was Sheriff John Brown, who in the lyrics to "I Shot the Sheriff" by Bob Marley, that's the name of the sheriff that he shot. So, what is the songs?
These songs are connected. They're in the same universe.
These songs are in the same cinematic universe, but also like somehow. So like in the one song, Sheriff John Brown is shot by Bob Marley, and I have to assume Bob Marley probably had a good reason for it, right? Like probably some sort of
he was generally a peaceful man.
Or yeah, Bob Marley was a pretty peaceful guy. If he shot fucking the sheriff guy, it was probably like he's probably pretty mad at him.
He's admitting it very matter-of-factly.
Yeah.
He's not hiding the fact that he shot the sheriff.
Yeah, he's not like ashamed, or he's not like he's not sad about it. He doesn't feel bad, and so he's probably feels justified by it. So like, why in the Bad Boys song is now Sheriff John Brown? Is he the hero in this song? Like, is it being sung from the opposite perspective? Like, what is going on in the Sheriff John Brown universe? You know what I mean?
That's true. Not all characters are so simple. There might be more. John Brown there's not just good guys and bad guys.
And who is Parson Brown? You know?
That's John Brown's brother.
That's John Brown's brother, and he's a snowman.
Parson Brown's a snowman. His brother John Brown is the sheriff, and we don't know who the fuck the deputy is.
Wait,
except for that someone shot him who was not.
We know that Sheriff John Brown is a sheriff. That doesn't mean he's not also a snowman.
That's true. That's true. It's not mutually exclusive. He might. But
did Bob Marley kill a snowman?
Is Bob Marley on trial, or is he just telling everybody that he shot a snowman?
Who is this song for?
Is he in trouble for it? Is he in trouble for shooting it?
Who's he singing this song at? There's a lot going on in this.
There's a lot of questions that need to be answered immediately.
And also, if you hear the song, there's a chorus. It's not Bob Marley singing "I Shot the Sheriff." It's actually like 6 or 7 women or so as background singers, maybe 3 or 4. Honestly, 6 or 7 might be too much. Maybe 3 or 4. It actually seems like a pretty low number of people sing, but it's like 3 or 4 women going, "I shot the sheriff." Are they the ones who shot did they all hold the same gun and pull the trigger together? Because Bob Marley doesn't say he shot the sheriff, but he's the one who ultimately
he's not singing along?
No, it's just the women who say, "I shot the sheriff." And then I think Bob Marley says, "I did not shoot the deputy." So I think what's happening is Bob Marley is being accused of this crime that these 3 or 4 women did in tandem somehow.
So what you're saying is it's women's fault.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's always the women.
There's a way this mystery gets even more confusing because Eric Clapton also shot a sheriff later on.
God. That's right, he did a cover.
I think that cover is more popular, honestly.
I think so, yeah. I think people and Eric Clapton's an asshole.
Right.
So if he shot the sheriff, I might ask, well, why'd you shoot this sheriff? Whereas Bob Marley, I would probably be like, yeah, that guy probably deserved it. Like, I feel like who's telling me they shot the sheriff?
I would trust Eric Clapton, or I would trust Bob Marley before I'd trust Eric Clapton.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly in terms of shooting sheriffs.
To dig into here.
We got to go into lyric genius when we're in between, when we're on break. Figure out what's going on in this Sheriff John Brown cinematic universe.
Somebody shot a snowman. That's all we know.
Somebody shot a snowman. Now there's a snowman without a brother.
We don't know. What a horrible fate. We don't know who did it, but we know that someone shot the snowman. And also, we know that somehow the snowman was elected to a position of power, but we don't know why.
We also know that 3 or 4 people held a single gun and all squeezed the trigger together.
There might be some information about all this in the lyrics that I never noticed.
We're gonna pull up the lyric genius when we come back, and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
And then we'll probably draw pictures based on the lyric genius. Does that sound like a fun activity we could do?
I mean, it's just gonna be us drawing a guy shooting the sheriff.
Should we just draw us pictures of us shooting cops? Is that gonna put us on a list?
It won't go over well, I don't think.
Would that put us on a list?
It might. It would put us on 2 different lists.
Yeah.
Some people would like us more, and some people would like us less.
Yeah, we'd get saved to a couple of playlists. One would be called.
But at least somebody would feel something about our show. That'd be new.
Man, could you imagine people watching our show?
It's a lot of pressure.
It's ridiculous. I will say we hit 300 on the main DrawBomb channel. By the way, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're hopefully watching this on the new channel. It'd be weird if it was on a different channel.
Somebody who's bootlegging our show, and why are they wasting their time?
Yeah. Help us out of this box. But we moved all of the DrawBomb lives to a DrawBomb live specific channel. And then all the DrawBomb channel is now just for the animations, because I feel like we're not doing ourselves any favors by shifting the content so much. I think we already actually talked about this like a month ago on the last episode.
I think we did, but we just want some consistency for like the kind of stuff you're gonna find. But
yeah,
you know,
eventually
subscribe to both.
Yeah, do it. And eventually we'll make a DrawBomb Plays channel where we can shunt a bunch of fucking Let's Plays for people, and that would be cool. And then
First,
we'll move your...
DrawBomb has to be successful, and then we hire on a bunch of people to do
all of our work for
most
us.
of the content, and then we, you know, just put them.
We make dick jokes.
The machine runs itself, and then we just make dick jokes while playing like Minecraft. And that'll be all our videos.
That'll be it. We'll be set for life. That'd be hilarious. No, but I'm really happy that we got to 300. We got to 300 yesterday, then around 11 o'clock we dipped down to 299, and for most of the day we were at 305. Let me just check again to, you know, massage my supple ego. Still at 305. We didn't lose anybody today.
Wow. So you're telling me that we hit 300 twice?
We've hit 300 people twice.
We did it. That's, I mean, most people only get to celebrate that once. We get to celebrate it twice. Congratulations on 300. We did that at the exact, on my end, it was simultaneously.
For me, I was a little ahead of you on my end, but I knew what you were going for the moment you were. I saw a look in your face that told me.
You saw me like scanning my desk for my soundboard buttons.
I was like, that's his air horn face right there.
He's going. I have an air horn face? Wow.
Yeah, your A face.
Lesser talked about.
Yeah, lesser known vowel face. Show him my O face. Oh. That's such a great movie.
It is.
It's like the perfect movie. Yeah, I'm super excited. We hit 300, bruh.
Great achievement.
So I'm really thrilled. I can only hope that we continue to climb in numbers.
We'll be back to press the air horn button again at 600.
Here's the interesting thing is we hit 200 subscribers January 24th. Now it is March 6th. So March 5th we hit 300. It took us roughly 28 plus 6. January I think has 31 days in it, so 7
about a month and a week.
35 days plus 5 days, 40 days. It took us about 40 days to hit another hundo.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Not too bad.
That's not bad. So
how long did it take us to get from 100 to 2 though?
So much longer. More like
did it? Okay.
Maybe like 2 months, I would say. Not really all that long. I mean, here's the thing. It took us very long to get from 0 to 100.
True. That took. Yes. That one I'm aware took a long time. I just was curious how our momentum's been. Is it?
I'm not sure actually. I would say that we probably hit 100 by the time I was in. I think we
hit 100 while you were here.
Yeah, we hit 100 while I was in, you know, Michigan. So
and that would have been beginning of December.
Yeah. So beginning of December. That's about 2 months, I would say. About close to 60 days, maybe. It's not bad.
Not bad.
I mean, it's really been it's been like before November I had never tried submitting anything to YouTube Shorts. Very glad I did.
Yeah, it's been nice. And I mean, I know it's our content, but I've been enjoying the little bite-sized videos. They're fun to watch.
The nice thing about all of the improv we did is that you can sort of cut good chunks of it into like little snippets, and They seem great. They even sometimes like recontextualize like those clips just because they're on such like a smaller, more individualized scale. But yeah, I'm pretty thrilled with the numbers. I'm hoping that we can keep the momentum up. I'm excited for the latest project we've been working on because I think that'll just
about that a little bit.
yeah.
Or should we?
We should. I think I don't want to keep any
We've already
secrets.
started. Well, no, I know. We already started promoting it on the.
That's true. How'd you like my edit of the?
I liked it. I liked it.
Thanks. I made the mouth not lip sync with the applause all the time by just pasting in a fucking still frame of him not talking. Is that easy? Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm excited for our new project. I think it'll make for great shorts content because we'll be doing like sketches, so it'll be like so much more variety for the shorts, which I think people... I feel like the shorts tend to, like, what I do is I tend to cut them in groups, so it's like, it's a whole bunch of like 2 Dicks on the Beats shorts, so it's a whole bunch of like dungeons and draw bombs, and I feel like at the beginning of like that sort of group, when it's a new show that we're taking the shorts from, it tends to like sort of start with a big interest because people like haven't already like scrolled through it or something like that, you know? But I do think that once they've like maybe seen in their shorts feed like, oh, it's that cop animation again, maybe they like scroll past it so quick it doesn't even register as a view anymore or something like that. I don't know how it works. Either way,
I would have assumed that people would be more interested after having watched a few.
You'd think
if they enjoyed it.
But I've noticed that it tends to dip down. It tends to be like when it's like a new, like when we did when I went from doing Dungeons and Draw Bombs episode 2 clips to posting clips from Critter Cam 3, it went from like 300, maybe even 100 views from I think the Dungeons and Draw Bombs thing, maybe more. I forget what the last one did. It seemed like it was on a downswing if I remember correctly. And then I posted the Critter Cam, and that shot up to like 1,000 or something like that. It was like a way huge increase, I think, if I remember correctly. Because I think what happens is that, I don't know what happens. it's so cryptic, the algorithm and all of it.
They don't want you to know.
They don't want you to know, and some of the YouTubers I watch suspect it's because then no one can game the algorithm, and I'm like, fair. Once you figure out the algorithm.
Also, I don't know exactly how YouTube does it, but Instagram, it's pretty clear they make it extra hard so that you'll want to pay for ads, because like as your own, like they're especially egregious because they hide your stuff from your own followers.
Yeah, that's annoying to me. That's so frustrating. I think YouTube does that too, apparently.
As people aren't seeing your stuff, you'll be getting ads from Instagram being like, hey, if you press this button, give us $20, 10,000 more people will see this.
Right.
And you're just like, like if you're like trying to if it's your living.
Yeah, and I feel less inclined to click on an ad when I see that it's sponsored, because then I'm just like, who the fuck gives you the right to be on my fucking feed? Get off. And then I scroll past as soon as I see it's sponsored, because I don't even want to know what they're selling. Wow. Obviously everyone doesn't do that. I'm like, what gives you the right to be on my feed? I've curated this to see only the things that I want to see from my friends.
You care about finding some fun content, and you care about justice.
Damn right.
These are the things that you care about.
And I'm gonna take them all the way down to WrestleMania and show them my own justice in the ring.
I'm calling you out, Instagram developers. This Sunday, SummerSlam.
I'm gonna
put my boot in your ass. I don't know, something like that. Right?
Yeah. That sounds about accurate.
Cool. Yeah, we'll workshop this.
We'll
more.
workshop it.
Let's do a sketch where it's a puppet, just like talking to a reporter. He's just like doing his character thing. He's like,
That's gonna be
like this
our man on the street
little
thing,
wormy
isn't it?
reporter that's like, well, I know, well, I meant like the little like the WrestleMania reporters is always like a little guy in like a suit
That's
holding
actually
the microphone.
that's a great idea for a sketch. Is like the wrestling promos, and it's just like, what do you want?
That could even be like a commercial, right?
It's true, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, folks, we're doing a sketch comedy show thing.
We forgot to say what we're doing.
Yeah, it's gonna be called DrawBomb tonight, tentatively. Where it's sort of like a fucking late night show host comes in, does like late night show host things, and then we have a whole bunch of sketches of different animated puppets that we're improving as different characters. And that's it. That's the
show.
That's the show. Is
So
it's just a whole bunch of
for us
fun.
to do more puppets because we've been really enjoying doing those, whether or not you guys like it.
We wanted to do more puppets, but we didn't want to have to figure out an excuse for like why we needed the puppet around for like a whole 30 minutes. You know what I mean? We thought, why can't we do a puppet for 10 minutes?
Also, like when we do this show, sometimes we cut away and there's people like, all right, that's enough of the talking sheep. Go back to drawing stuff.
Yeah.
And then also there's people that like that more. So like this way, it's you're watching the show. You know what you're getting. It's not as much of a mixed bag.
Yeah. But I'm excited for it, and I've got a fucking puppet ready to go, bro.
Yeah, I've got a lot more work done on mine too. I have all the pieces made for a bunch more states, but I haven't assembled them because the programs, I found how annoying it is to assemble them.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's why I went pretty simple.
I was hoping you could like switch to different emotes and then lay everything in, but you have to like overlay everything.
Yeah. I was
rough.
What I found is if you make all the puppet in like this, like I make all my puppets like basically positioned where they're gonna be inside the frame that the puppet is in. So it's like my puppet's just got like, he's in the 4K resolution, he's got the full 4K frame around him, and then all the parts are exported with them in place on that. So I just like add the layer and they just fucking drop right in. I've also I've only got two actual pieces to my puppets. It's the mouth and then like the body.
I would have done mine totally different had I known,
Yeah, I feel Well, yeah, I mean,
I got to that point and it was just like, oh shit.
You can at least make some of the other states more simple,
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll make it work regardless.
You got this.
Might be a pain. So yeah, so I haven't pieced it together yet, but the pieces they exist.
They're there. But yeah. I'm super pumped. Your puppet's looking great. My puppet's looking good. Thank you. I have part of the animation of the producer.
Oh right.
Currently.
I haven't seen any of that yet. I'm excited.
It's just the animation of like when the camera is just looking at her. I'm gonna have it be like she like looks at the camera for like a split second before it cuts back to the show. Which I think will be funny. Yeah.
Can't wait to see it all come together. It seems to be we're moving. It might still be a little while, but we're moving at pretty good pace.
We're moving at a good clip.
So it might be. Sometimes this animation stuff takes a while, but I would imagine it'll be done sooner rather than super later.
Yeah, I think I may have already told you this, but in my brain, I would love to I would love to be ready to record by the end of March.
Right.
Not because I'm in like a rush or anything like that. I mean, I'm always in a rush to just get more shit done because then that's more shit for us to put out. And then I can show the people all the cool advancements we've made to our like puppets. But I also am setting that deadline because we tend to just work better with a deadline. I've noticed.
It's true.
And we'll actually
my best.
Yeah, like
to hit
it's
that
a
deadline.
soft deadline. Like it's not like I'll be mad or anything if we don't
Please
hit
don't
that.
be mad at me again. Oh
I'm gonna fucking beat you again.
no.
By the way, Jastromboski says so excited for the talk show. They're excited, which is
That's
why we
good
need to get
news.
it out sooner rather than later. So again, March, motherfucker. I swear to God, if I don't see you,
That she'll respect me.
I don't see you working, I'm gonna break your fucking fingers.
We gotta get it out so that she'll respect me.
That's right. She doesn't.
She's like, I only respect you when you do VTuber stuff on Twitch.
Yeah. When you're doing a goofy voice for a cartoon character that you drew 5 total frames for,
That's when I remember why I married you.
that's amore.
This is gonna be a one drawing show.
This might be. Yeah, we've been taking a long time.
It is.
Wow.
I mean, we got 10
Holy
minutes
shit.
left.
I didn't even realize what time it was. Oh my God.
It's all right. It's all right.
Why did this?
Yeah,
why do you think some of these drawings take us longer?
So, a few things happened.
Yes.
We started a little late.
We
That's
started
one
very
thing.
late. The internet was acting like a biatch.
We were almost like maybe not even gonna be able to do the show, but we got it working a little
Thank
late.
God.
We're here.
Which, by the way, we've dropped like 1,000 frames total over the course of the last 2 hours, and going at 60
Oh,
frames
man,
a
they're
second.
probably the best ones too.
Those are the best frames we missed. Sorry, go ahead.
waste.
I cut you off.
Okay, another thing. These guns are kind of hard to draw, so they slowed me down.
Yeah.
I think. And also
it's
the
also-
masks, like I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's also worth noting that you drew 5 people. I drew 1.
Did. It's all right. It's all right. Other things that slowed us down. I think at one point I ate some popcorn, and it's hard to draw paintball men while eating popcorn.
That'll do it.
I learned. I've never experienced it before today, but I can confirm hard to do those two things at the same time. And finally, I think some drawings just take longer because we're talking more, or there's more to the drawing. More
You know what I'm gonna say what it was is that we haven't been here for about 4 weeks, something like that. We just had so much to say. It was exploding out of us.
We miss each other. We refuse to speak to each other on the off weeks. So it's been a month.
We tell ourselves, hey, look, anything about your life that you gotta tell me, save it for the fucking show, man. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, it's like, don't talk to me, bro. Either draw your puppet or wait till we're streaming. I don't want to hear from you.
Don't waste this good content.
Such good content.
Such good.
And as you can see, because we saved it up, you can tell how great this episode was.
Yeah, this is when people watch this episode, the number one thing they're gonna say is that's some good content, bro.
Yeah, and that's all I strive for.
Mm-hmm.
That's the review that I want.
Yeah. All 5 people who watch the DrawBomb Live YouTube channel are gonna be thrilled to see it update.
Their viewership is very important to me. I want to give them what they want.
I'm amazed 5 people decided to hit the subscribe button on the DrawBomb Live. Like, how do they find it? Who are they?
Maybe they searched
How to make a bomb?
quality content. Oh no, we have a weird following.
Yeah,
They probably think there's like hidden messages in the show.
it's gonna be very hard for us to ever monetize because our title of our company is effectively a weapon.
Yeah, I suppose so.
We're so fucked, bro.
Maybe they think there's like codes hidden, and they're like, they talked about they have like a forum. They talked about Frasier again. That means it's
my
the
gosh.
green light. Go ahead.
Kelsey Grammer is in danger.
No, but I'm saying the people who were trying to build a bomb who found our show
Oh, they
look-
think.
probably watch it looking for code.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's like, oh, the DrawBomb show told me to kill John Lennon.
Oh my gosh. He talked about King of the Hill for 2 hours again. You know what this means? It means we gotta kill John Lennon again.
They really want us to kill John Lennon. I don't know why. I mean, he's already, you know, that ship has sailed.
John Lennon's evil. Not quite extinguished from Mark David Chapman. Went on.
No relation.
Yeah. Woke up from his grave, pointed a finger in the direction of true north and said, "Soon." And then floated off into the sky.
Wow.
John Lennon's evil arises once every 1,000 years.
John Lennon's what?
Evil?
Oh.
What did I say?
No, that's what you said, but I do not understand.
Uh-huh. That would be a funny sketch if it weren't so gosh darn disrespectful.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's sad there. Oh, jeez, don't you know?
Also, yeah, I have a show with Bomb in the title. My last name's Chapman. We should probably not do jokes about killing John Lennon.
You're so right.
You know,
and
Chapmans
we also
have a bad history of killing John Lennon.
we mentioned Monty Python earlier in the episode. They had a Chapman.
That's true, but he wasn't killed.
Graham
Killed by,
Chapman.
I think, cancer.
Disease, yeah.
This is a fun show.
We got really fun in the last few minutes.
We just get quiet.
We just talked about that last episode of DrawBomb was real wacky. They talked non-stop for 2 hours, and then they mentioned cancer and went completely silent.
for the rest of the show.
They just ended it.
Boy, you know, tune in next week for more aha funnies on the DrawBomb show.
Ian just looked dead into the camera while it zoomed in on his face, and he said over and over that the grave awaits all of us. I don't know what is going on with my life anymore.
Those goofballs are always doing weird, wacky bits.
I can't wait for their puppet show.
I'll make an appointment with my therapist in advance.
Yeah. Halo Paintball Evolved.
Is that a game?
Yes, it is. I didn't. I feel like GoldenEye, the James Bond game. I feel like they had a feature called Paintball Mode that turned all of the blood splatters into different colors. That's a fun mode. I think more games should bring that back.
They did. It was a cheat, like along with like DK mode and other things. I think, or maybe it was just in the setting.
I think it was like a modifier you could put on the game.
Oh, gotcha.
They have DK mode in fucking the New Forest.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Apparently, the New Forest has a much better AI system so you can play like by yourself and still stand a chance. But I've been watching a lot of funny video. There's like different companions you can find. You can give them like I think only in single player mode. I'm pretty sure, maybe not. But you can give them like commands like go chop trees or whatever, you know, defend the base, blah blah blah.
Right.
Which is kind of cool. But I've been watching a ton of TikToks and videos of just like, so it's still in
early access, right? Yeah.
Or early access or whatever. But there's been a lot of videos of someone commanding him to go cut down a tree, and then when they're not looking, he just goes and like they have like a tree house, and he just hits the tree, and the whole base just comes down. And then he just like gives them a thumbs up and like walks away with a log like the AI does. And they're just like, God damn it.
It's gonna be really interesting when all of the new AI tech that's come out is like made to like make your AI teammates not like completely worthless, you know?
Yeah, I imagine that will happen at some point.
They've gotta, right? Like all this new AI, like text to chat shit, like that's gotta be like like it's gotta mean an advancement in other aspects of
Sure.
AI, right? Like,
and I mean, well, that even all that, like that specific technology aside, I mean, for as long as they've been making video games, they've been working on making that an improved thing. So
yeah,
it's just going to keep getting better over time, regardless. But yeah, it'll be interesting when it's actually good.
yeah,
Every once in a while, you see a game where like the characters do something smart, and I'm always like, whoa.
yeah. Well,
Like,
also,
especially in combat, like evasive maneuvers that are smart. I'm just like, huh.
but also this this chat GPT stuff, there are so many games where it's, and like there's also like AI voice acting and stuff now. I just saw a video where like
Right.
somebody used an AI voice to add voice acting to all the unvoice acted quests, or at least the ones that they showed off in the video in World of Warcraft. And it was like decent, like it was surprisingly good. And it's like, well, okay, so at what point can you, like, is it going to be a game where you're like solving a mystery, you have to go somewhere and then you just have a fucking conversation, like you have to have a fucking conversation,
The dialogue is actually like organic in some way.
yeah, like you have to actually talk to the people, because I'm sure there's been people who like, I both think that would be very cool, but I feel like I'd be fucking annoyed. And also, how do you program like how coy the AI is with all this info, like there's a lot of like, because like I've tricked Chat GPT into doing things they at first said like they wouldn't do. So it's like, what can you trick the AI into doing in a game?
Why are you trying to trick them into doing things they said they didn't want to do, Ian?
Well, that's been our show, everybody. We've finished this picture, as you can see.
The only thing is they're gonna have to like perfect it more, because I mean, there's a couple Twitch channels that are just like letting the computer run wild for like I don't know, limited amount of time. And the first example of that was the Seinfeld one, where it was just doing little like Seinfeld skits back to back, which were just like, it's a great channel, but it's like complete nonsense to some degree. But they got banned because Jerry got up on stage and ended up doing a anti-trans joke. So
yeah.
So that's,
although,
I mean, actually, in context, it wasn't an anti-trans joke.
Yeah, it seemed like it was making fun of anti-trans jokes or something like that.
But still, it was tonally not totally the way it should be. But no, it was, yes, it wasn't directed at trans people, but it was still, it was just not something you wanted your Seinfeld robot to do.
Yeah, it was definitely like, it was like, hey robot, can you not fucking go there?
But yeah, and so now that one's gone. They're coming back. They're just like, I don't know with what. I think they're gonna do something different now.
Oh, interesting. I saw one I posted to you, I think, where it was.
I was gonna talk about it. It's on right now.
What is it again? I actually don't remember right now.
It's called Unlimited Stream, but right now it's it's repeatedly doing the steamed hams.
That's right.
Skit from Simpsons.
Yeah, but
except every time it's a different food, and every time it's like, I don't know, it's just the AI running wild. And in Skinner's excuse, like in the original, he like blames Aurora Borealis or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, Skinner, he's like, I could see fire in the kitchen. He's like, that's not fire. Chalmers, it's the Aurora Borealis. And he's like, what? He's like, yep, just the Aurora Borealis. He's like, at this time of year and time of day and in this part of the world,
localized entirely in your kitchen.
He's like, can I see? And he's like, no. But yeah, so it's just redoing that over and over and over, and it's
like changing the dialogue up a little bit, I think. And I the one time he was like a cowboy, and I think they put like I think they have like models being generated in somehow, or I've seen some weird stuff. At one point I feel like I saw a prop.
I haven't seen the props change at all, unless they've added that now.
Maybe.
I have heard some weird voices. Occasionally, like the AI breaks and they're doing like it's a woman's voice, or it's like a cowboy voice, or sometimes he gets very religious and he's like pleading with God to like save his meal that he's cooking. And he's just like, please God, show me the way so that I can learn and grow. And it's just like it gets weirdly religious, like just because the AI is like on the loose.
Wow.
Man, what a wild world we live in. I mean, if the whole world like, you know, crumbles, at least it will be interesting to watch. And I'm not saying on behalf of the robots, but I'm just saying like shit's I mean, look how fast this stuff's come and became a thing.
We were like playing around with
only going to go faster as time goes.
We were like playing around with Midjourney in like May, being like, oh, it's so cool how it like makes smudges that kind of look pretty and sort of resemble the thing
DALL-E was what we were using first, and that was like it barely like looked like anything. Like you kind of get like.
But I'm just thinking and I'm thinking about recently, like when Austin showed us Midjourney, like Midjourney was still mind blowing because like it actually produced like it was like the Midjourney was the first time we saw results where we were like, these are actually worth anything, you know? But
right, it actually looks like something.
But those were still smudges. Like they were like we typed in like Bloodborne Muppet and like yeah, it was there, but it was like still like it was still like fucking smudges, you know, like but now
accurate, yeah.
You know, fast forward like 5 months and the shit is like you type in Bloodborne Muppet into Midjourney now and they'll make you the whole game. Like holy shit.
And actually like the chat whatever the chat GI or whatever it's called, that thing like does coding now too.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people use it like I was watching I forget what it was some game, but it was like they basically rigged up a mod where the chat was connected to the coding so that they could just tell it, hey, I want the game to do this, and then all of a sudden it would just happen.
That's nuts.
Because they built this mod that would figure out the code to make it possible just by, but you could ask it in like plain speak.
Let's make
wild.
We can make our dream puppet program with this AI.
Yeah, maybe.
Holy shit.
Maybe let's try.
All right.
On that note, Ian, do you have anything to plug?
I was gonna ask you.
Okay, I do.
Question. Oh, oh.
You're not gonna be that excited.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Subscribe to our channels and stay tuned for DrawBomb tonight, which is gonna be hopefully coming soonish. We're working on it now.
It's not tonight. It's called DrawBomb.
No, it's called DrawBomb tonight, but it's a different night.
Yeah.
It's a metaphorical night. It's going to be on a night.
Yeah, it's the what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word that people say. It's a night.
It's a night, yeah. So check that out. If you don't want to miss it, subscribe to our Twitch. Go over to the YouTube. Subscribe to that as well. You know, just do that regardless. Anyways, yeah. And also we have DrawBomb on Mondays. Check that out as well.
Yeah, DrawBomb live every Monday, 8 p.m. Brandon is no longer out of the state, which means that he has been found.
I'm in the state now.
He has been captured and he has been placed in a captive environment for the safety of the public.
Look,
and
they were after me because I shot the sheriff, but
he didn't shoot the deputy though, so I think he's gonna get off. Yeah, DrawBomb live every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or savings time. It's just fucking same no matter what savings or standard it is. And also check out the DrawBomb channel, the regular DrawBomb channel. It's just DrawBomb, one word, not even two. It's just one word, because that's where we're putting these animations up. And if the more people that are subscribed, the sooner we can maybe make things pop off on the YouTubes. Yeah. We've got some design machinations that we've been designing that could make DrawBomb fun for everybody. We put up shorts every morning at 11 a.m. exactly. If you go to our page every morning at 11 a.m. and click the thumbs up button. That's not automated.
Button. Ian's just he's on the button. He watches his clock.
And if you click that thumbs up button, and then if you watch that short all the way through, then YouTube knows you have both watched the short all the way through and click the thumbs up button. YouTube says, hey, people must like this short, and then they kick it to more people. Just do that for us, man. God. It helps so much.
There's so much to ask.
Jeez. Oh, okay, we're gonna go. This
Okay.
picture turned out all right. Goodbye, everybody.
I like this picture. Bye.
I think so too. I think it turned out quite nice. Bye-bye. We're back. We're back again.
Oh, we're back.
We're growing. We're back. We're back.
Oh,
like
bye.
the show is.